Welcome, sports fans, to the latest S&M production of the Sunday Night Sports Nerd Show. It is the most absurd 90 minutes of anything goes, smack talk, and a whole lot more. Every Sunday night.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
Your alert, shut it down.
Better known in Nerd Nation as the Rampant. We are four of the most loudmouth, smack-talking nerds around, coming at you with some sick rips and rants, which may be just enough to make you pee your pants. So listen up, Nerd Nation. Let's rise and welcome the legend himself. He is the founder, he is the host, and he is the star of the Sports Nerd Show. Coming to you live, straight out of Lakeland, Florida, Scott, the Sports Nerd Right.
It's good to have the intro back on the show. Yes. What's going on, gentlemen? Ken's camera is not working. Can you hear us, Ken? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
We got you.
I'm here. I'm back.
Were you feeding your face, Ken? Is that what you were doing?
No, I was doing just the opposite.
Hey, don't mind me if I ignore you guys.
Yeah.
I'm in John's shoes right now.
Yeah, I gotta say, John can relate highly to that. Yes.
Well, I'm Mitch Trubisky sighting, so I'm okay. I'm okay right now. I might get a little emotional though, because a couple of weeks ago there was a certain fan base who said, "Oh, we let the AFC East out for 1 year. Yeah, we only let it disappear for 1 year." Yeah, eat shit, New England.
I love it. I love it.
Oh,
Yeah, the final
Take
two.
that too.
Miami gets it done. Beats New England. There you go.
Good.
Hey, that's what
Take that.
happens when you got an ex-New England coach playing against you.
so you're outright Eastern
yeah,
Division
come on.
champions.
Mm.
I know who. I have no idea who we're playing.
Come
but-
on, if you lose to Miami in the last game of the season, you deserve whatever.
New England is historically bad in Miami. Historically bad in Miami. They always lose, almost always lose to the Dolphins in Miami.
Nerds. Who's that hiding behind Facebook user calling us nerds?
That would be Brett Murphy. Why is he not linked? That's weird.
He's late to the
Brett.
game.
I like him better as Facebook user.
Brett,
Come on, Brett.
Come
Come
on, Brett,
on.
give us
I'm
the
gonna,
program.
I'm gonna send you the link, Brett. For some reason, you're no longer connected. I don't know why. There's the link. You
not good,
were,
Brett.
yes, you were. Why you're now not? I don't know. Maybe it's Restream. Maybe it's Facebook. I don't know.
Or maybe it's Murphy's Law.
Could be that.
Could be that too.
Jake Kermer with a catch.
Anyway, after a week of Elliott picking on my quarterback in meme form in the group,
Oh, is that what we're starting with today?
just want to say that Baker is going to be the quarterback for the Browns next season. Y'all can stop. Just leave him the hell alone, and we'll see what
Oh
happens
God,
next
and the memes will live on.
year. Yes, they will.
Yeah.
Ken attacking his character just because he planted a flag in another person, another team's
What do you
stadium.
mean, another person's another stadium. That's your home stadium.
Another
you
team's
idiot.
stadium. I know it's Ohio State, but Baker's a quarterback for the Browns, so it doesn't matter.
Hey, you know where Cleveland's going to be for the playoffs?
They're going to be home sitting on the couch. I know that.
No, at home with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, home with Baker Mayfield.
Sitting by himself in the stadium.
Baker's going to get his
Baker's getting it
surgery.
from all ends. It ain't just me, dude. You got all kinds of people talking snot about it.
Oh, I know. Even
And he
Brown-
brought it on himself with this. Oh, if they don't change the offense, I'm just going to ask for a trade.
Well,
Dude,
that's
who
not
the hell
exactly
wants
what
you,
he said.
First of all,
And
who the
that's
hell
not-
wants you? First of all, that's what you got to figure out. You going out there talking about, I'll ask for a trade to who? Saskatchewan? Because that's all
Saskatoon.
the place is going to take you at this point.
Baker Mayfield's a perfect quarterback for the
Baker's his
XFL.
own worst enemy. And you can't have meme material about the guy if he doesn't provide it for you.
Correct. I'm with you.
Plant that flag, Baker.
Yeah, so the Cardinals are going down 38-30. Rams get the division.
Yep.
And Pete Carroll, if it's his last game, he goes out on a winning note. Good for him. So now it's
No, you
down
were right the
to
first time, Brett.
it's down to the Rams with 2 minutes to play.
Now up to Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, okay, Brett.
Two more minutes of agony.
Yeah. So where are the Cowboys sitting, Kenny?
Cowboys are right
They-
now
they-
sitting,
they-
I believe, at number 3.
4, number 3,
Number 3, I believe.
and that I don't think that can change.
Mm-mm.
I think that's where they're going to stay.
Because right now the Rams are either going to lose or tie. And if they tie, they win.
If the Rams lose, the Bucks jump to number 2.
Anyway,
Yeah, if the Rams lose, the Bucks jump to number 2, and the Rams fall to 4. That's how it's working right now.
And that
Tampa's
means
already
a Rams Cardinals, I believe, first round. And looks like we may get San Francisco in the first round.
And that gives the Buccaneers the Saints, which the Saints have beat them twice this year.
Well, the Saints can't get in if San Francisco wins.
No, yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
The
That's right,
Rams,
that's right.
the Buccaneers will get Philadelphia.
Yep.
Bucks and the Eagles.
God, that sounds familiar, doesn't it, Ken?
Yes, it does.
Bucks Eagles playoff game.
I remember one from '79. That was Tampa Bay's first ever playoff game.
I'm talking more 2003 when we shut down the Vet and Rondé Barber ran 80 yards for a touchdown and interception pick 6. So anyway,
Ooh,
what? Huh?
Don't say nothing if you're ahead of me.
Yes. I ain't saying anything.
Don't say nothing if you're ahead.
I will
We
beat
got
you
a
all.
little bit of controversy here. He's in, but
Ain't no controversy.
that was
Ain't no
almost,
controversy.
that was almost pass interference.
Ain't no controversy. It's called game
Look at John
over.
Lynch. Look at John Lynch.
Game over, baby. Yep, Stafford underthrew the ball to Odell Beckham, and game over.
Yep, sure it is.
He's got 1 foot down and he's got a butt cheek down.
Yep.
That's it. That's all it takes. Butt
Yep.
cheek.
And guess what? The ball was intended for Odell Beckham.
Odell Beckham.
it was
Yeah,
on
but he underthrew it.
That
Wasn't
wasn't
Beckham's fault.
Odell's fault.
No, it wasn't Beckham's fault. No.
If he would have thrown it in stride, Odell might have scored. But he underthrew it. See, look,
Yeah.
Odell's having to backtrack because he can't get to the ball.
Yep.
That's on Stafford.
Lynch almost friggin' leaped out of the friggin' booth there.
Good thing he ain't in Washington, or else he might have fallen out.
Right?
Brett, it looks like Kansas City will play possibly Pittsburgh in the first round.
Go Chiefs.
I wanted that game to end in a tie
fact
so
that-
bad today.
Let me just go on record. The fact that Ben Roethlisberger gets to play in the playoffs his last season in the NFL, looking as terrible as he does, it's just horrendous.
I wanted,
Well,
I
that's
wanted
what
that,
happens. You get rich.
I wanted
You
to
get
end that
rich
game.
playing against teams like.
I wanted that game to end in a tie so bad.
You and me both, Ken.
That's how happens
yeah.
when your last two
I'm
opponents.
surprised. I'm surprised you guys haven't mentioned it yet. Breaking news on Twitter.
What's that?
I know you guys love celebrity deaths, and you know your whole life stops when someone you've never met passes away. But
That's not me.
Bob Saget passed away.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, man.
What
Mr.
the hell?
America's Funniest Home
Whoa.
Videos.
Yeah, 65. Yeah.
Huh.
Found dead in his Florida home, so that's not good.
Oh,
Oh,
You know, he played that wholesome dad on Full House.
full
Yeah.
house. Yeah.
Full House. But he was the raunchiest stand-up comedian you ever want to meet.
with
He
the
was-
Olsen
and he-
twins, right? Olsen
Yeah.
twins.
Yeah. He was the raunchiest stand-up comedian ever. I mean, not ever, because you got to talk about guys
Well,
like
he hosted America's
Nick.
Funniest too, didn't he?
yeah,
America's
these
Funniest.
videos. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Wow.
I mean, he wasn't the raunchiest because you got to go to guys like Murphy and Rickles and guys like that, but he was pretty raunchy in his stand-up. Wow.
Oh boy.
Bob Saget. That's messed up. Anyway.
It is official, Elliot. It's on.
Beautiful. See,
Um,
who we gonna see? The Cowboys.
Yep. You're coming here.
Brett, the Steelers win. The Steelers get in if the game tonight does not end in a tie. It doesn't matter who wins. The Steelers get in. Yeah, it doesn't
I'd like
matter.
to see both teams kneel
Doesn't
down the
matter.
entire game.
50 kneel downs. Let's go. I'm all for it. Let's do it on national TV, no less, on NBC. Yes, I'm all for it.
Wouldn't that be a way to kick Ben in the nuts?
We play to a tie, and Dave Wells' queen turns into a transgender.
Yes, congratulations, Mr. John Olsen. Your Buffalo Bills are AFC East champions. It is official.
Excuse me. You will address them as back-to-back AFC
Back-to-back
East champions.
AFC East
Thank you.
champions. Excuse me.
Thank
I
you.
apologize. Yes.
Back
Yes.
to back.
Yes. Very, very,
East
very
East.
important, especially for the New England fans that were talking all that shit a couple of weeks ago. We only relinquished it for
Just a
1
couple
year.
of weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago when they beat Buffalo, they had the AFC East champion. They were in the lead for like a week, and they were
New
talking
England-
all that
New
smack.
England fans talk shit all season, not just.
New England fans are the freaking worst, except for Clarkey. We like Clarkey, but other than that,
Yeah, we like Clarky. Yes.
Although he
Rest
was
of
a little too much for my liking.
just a bunch of degens. But yeah, we won, man. We're in the play. I don't know who the hell we're playing. We're third seed, so
Third seed.
Yeah, because
not
Titans solidified the number 1 seed. KC's number 2.
it might even be New England. I think it might be New England that we're playing.
yeah, maybe.
That would be great. Now, that being said, if we lose to New England in the playoffs, I'll be on suicide watch. I'm just saying. So, just giving you fair warning.
Be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
The Bills are number 3. Patriots right were number 4. No, they wouldn't be number 4.
I think it depends on what happens tonight with that
Maybe.
season.
Let me have a look.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the 3 seed, you're probably playing the 5 seed.
No, the 6 seed.
6,
2
six
seed
seed.
plays 7. 3 plays 6.
4 plays 5.
Yeah.
And 4
Yeah,
plays
so
5.
you're looking at the Chargers, the Raiders, or the Steelers, John.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Get
Well,
out of Dodge.
Hey, if the Chargers and Raiders finish in a tie, the Steelers are out.
Right.
That's why we've been
Mhm.
saying they should just both kneel down all game and end
All
in the
game,
0-0
yeah.
tie.
Kick the Steelers out, right?
Yes. But it's a chance for payback as well. If the Steelers are the 6th seed, it's a chance for payback from week 1. So
Oh my gosh, you think I care about shit like that? You think I like a payback from week 1? Like I'm not the Cleveland Browns here, dude. Okay, we don't
Yeah,
remember insignificant game 1s of the season. Like
A revenge back in BC times doesn't count.
yeah, I got you. I got you.
A lot has changed since week 1.
this is great. What a great day for football. What a fan.
Today, the game-
Congratulations to all of our teams that are in the playoffs. Oh wait, there's one that's not.
John, close your ears. Go fuck yourself. Okay, I'm just saying.
Hey John, don't take it personal. He's always telling me to do that.
I'm in mourning, so it's all
Dude,
good.
I've been kind of looking forward to even before we get into the lots of Niners and Bills propaganda. Just fair warning for everyone going to listen in on the show. I'd like to know your opinion of what's going to happen with Baker. What's happening with this franchise you hold so dear to your heart, especially him chirping. Apparently, one of the most well-respected beat reporters in Cleveland Browns history. He's ripping her a new one.
Mary Kay
So-
Cabot, yes.
Yeah.
Let me hear what's going to happen. Obviously, they're going to keep him, right?
And he's talking about asking for a trade if they don't change their offense. Did anybody tell him that the offense is where it is because of him? Obviously not. He's
Guess he's
delusional.
forgotten that.
It's
First of
probably
all,
all them
Elliot-
sappy stories they have on the
First of
Progressive
all,
commercials.
I believe I have the floor, Elliot.
Go
Number
ahead.
one.
That's where you
Number
guys usually
two.
end up is on the floor.
Yeah, that's true too.
Ah.
Anyway, number one, nowhere in that article does Mary Kay Cabot state specifically that Baker is demanding a trade unless the offense changes. It did not say that. It said that he may consider it after, if they cannot get on the same page. That's the fact. It's something he would think about, supposedly, not actually demand or not actually going to do.
Here's my question: who would want him? He's
I don't know.
case-
I don't know.
He's
to
a
be
head
honest. I don't
case
know.
with
Look,
more borderline talent as
Yeah. well, to be
With
honest,
the
I mean,
film.
looking at this is the same guy who led this team to the playoffs last season. He
even a
was not
broken
healthy.
clock is right twice a day. Okay, Remember that.
Listen, he has not been healthy since week 2 of this season.
See, that's,
Okay.
that's on the management. That's not on him.
Correct.
exactly. They should have shut his ass down.
Shut him down.
I mean, Case Keenum is a capable quarterback. They should have shut him down, put him under the knife, and get
Right.
him ready for next season.
Or at least
Instead,
get
he
him ready
wants to
for,
do it on his
or at
terms.
least get him ready for a playoff run, so provided the surgery is successful.
He wants
and
to
he
do
gets
it on
going.
his terms, yet he is
That's
the
not what he
reason.
said, Elliot. That's not what he said.
It
You're
doesn't
making that up. That's not what he said.
He might, you know what? I don't believe shit that Baker Mayfield says or does.
Well, I don't believe half of what Mary Kay Cabot says either. So,
But
how's
she ain't
that?
the only one. I think somebody just called him a
Okay,
poor
Mary Kay
man's
was
Johnny
supposed to do
Manziel, a sober Johnny Manziel.
Not a
okay.
Cleveland beat writer.
The same habits of Johnny Manziel, except he's more talented. But you know what? That doesn't
What
say
off
much.
the field shit has he done? Come on, Johnny Manziel's is just raw off the field, not
Those
on the
fucking
field.
progressive commercials are insulting enough.
Oh my god. Guys, he does this just to get under my skin. That's all he does. He does it just to rile me up. That's all he's doing it for.
Why not?
Okay.
It's easy.
Yeah, I know.
You make it easy.
But my name's on the show, so it doesn't matter. Anyway,
You fall into the soup, yo. You dive into the soup head first, and that's what happens.
as far as where they're going, I think Baker, he's already signed through next year, and there's already been confirmed by sources that he's going to be quarterback 1 for next season. As far as the franchise is concerned, we need wide receivers in the draft. That's number 1, because the wide receiver talent on this team is not exactly stellar.
And I hear Landry's thinking about moving on too.
Well, Landry may not have a choice in whether he's moving on or not. He may be gone anyway. But the other receivers outside of Landry have just not performed at all. Landry's only had 2 touchdowns, so even he's had a bad season. But the receivers are not getting open. We don't have anybody fast enough to get open, to get separation from defenders. Donovan Peoples-Jones right now is the best wide receiver on this team.
That's scary.
Michigan.
And I like to see them go after one of the Ohio State receivers if possible, or somebody else. There was talk today on Brown's Twitter about there's a guy out there who's got DK Metcalf size and speed. So we'll see. I don't know, but
Where
they need to look at receivers in the draft.
Where are they picking in the draft?
They'll be like 13 or so, I think, is where they're going to be picking. One above the Ravens. They'll be picking. They had the pick before the Ravens.
I have a question.
I went into this
Two-part
season with a lot of
question.
optimism, as you guys know, and I always talked about how good they looked on paper, but I wanted to see it on the field. The defense, as the season progressed, got better and better each week. The defense became really good. that the offense was in disarray. And whether it was because of Baker's injury, I don't know. But it also boils down to I have an issue with the head coach in that they have built a team around a superb running game, but the head coach is pass happy.
Mm.
Who, Stefanski?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, that's because he came from Minnesota.
Right. The
Okay.
head coach is pass happy, and he needs to become humble and look at the running game and see what he has in the two-headed monster of Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb.
So what if you
Even
guys
though
think
Ernest
Kirk
Johnson is a good back. So they had 3 really good backs on their roster, and even with Baker having a torn labrum in his left shoulder, he decided he still wanted to pass more times than run the football. I like to see the Browns at one point in time they had the best offensive line in football, but they didn't utilize their running game, and that was one of the big issues because Nick Chubb, had he been given his due diligence and been given the ball like he should be, would have had a chance to win the rushing title this season if he was given the ball.
coulda, shoulda.
Exactly.
Doesn't do
You're right.
anything
You're
for
right.
him.
You're right.
Because you know what? Nick Chubb didn't have his sidekick, Kareem Hunt, pretty much
For
half
most of the season. You're right. You're right.
Okay. And the bottom line is, you know what? Kevin Stefanski doesn't want Baker Mayfield as his quarterback. He never
You don't
did.
know that? How do
He
you know
never
that?
did.
How do you know that?
Because there's rumors out there that he's trying to get Kirk
Rumors.
Cousins.
Have you talked to Kevin
Yeah,
Stefanski?
well, you know what? There was a rumor that Baker Mayfield knew how to quarterback in the NFL, and that didn't pan out very well, did it?
Have you talked to Kevin Stefanski? Do you know what's in his mind? Then get out of here with that shit.
No, but you know
I
what?
like it.
He didn't pick Baker Mayfield. Baker
No, he
Mayfield
didn't.
was
You're right.
picked for him.
No, he didn't. He was already on the roster when
And his
Stefanski took over.
style of football is passing, just like you said. And Baker Mayfield can't keep up with that style.
So what? You want us to bring Kirk Cousins in?
That would probably
Hey,
make
John.
Kevin Stefanski's day if they did that.
Hi, Ken.
Because you know what? Because you know what? Then the defense would have to worry about a quarterback that can throw accurately. Okay. And then have to worry about the running game as well, like they do in Minnesota when they have Dalvin Cook.
You guys
All
could have had Josh Allen first overall.
For some
Holy
reason,
crap.
Jamal, for some reason,
don't
you're not
forget-
linked anymore. Go ahead and
don't
click on
forget,
that link
guys.
and you link yourself.
John, you were a
to
witness.
Restream.
John, you were a witness to this, and I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know if Ken was there or not. But what was Scott's reaction when they drafted Baker Mayfield?
He
Oh, it was
very-
bad. I was not happy with it at all. No, I
You
wasn't.
were practically in tears, dude.
Yes, I did. I wasn't happy at all. No, you're right.
And now you're his biggest freaking cheerleader.
No, I'm not his biggest cheerleader. No, I'm not.
Hello, you make
I'm
every
not.
excuse in the
But
book.
see, this
for
is
him.
this is the problem. This is the problem with Cleveland. Okay, this is my just again third party. Don't have a dog in the fight. Not even in the same division as us. Okay, he's getting his
Joel.
5th-year option, right?
Yes.
Like okay, so he's gonna be there unless they trade him, which
Right.
his stock is not like what will they get? A 4th-round pick, maybe?
maybe
Like it's or third if they find someone to wheel and deal. But regardless, he's probably going to be there next year. If he does not take a vast improvement, Cleveland is now screwed for the next 5 seasons. Because that's how long it will take for them to suck to get into a decent draft position to
unless
get
they make a trade.
Yeah,
Unless they
Andrew,
make a
click
trade.
on that link.
That's-
For some reason, you're not linked anymore.
That's
Go
part
ahead
of what I
and
want
click
to ask. I got a question for you, Scott. 2-part
Yep.
question.
Oh boy.
Number 1, on a scale of 0 to 10, with 10 being certitude and 0 being no chance, what do you think the chances are that the Browns will franchise tag Baker? And number 2, if they do franchise tag him, what would his reaction be?
I think next season is Baker's make or break year. If not, if he doesn't perform the way they want him to or up to standards, they're not gonna pick up it. They're not gonna franchise tag him. They're gonna look for a new quarterback. That's my feeling.
Okay.
I don't think they'll franchise tag him. I don't know. Again, the draft this year is not very quarterback heavy, so there's not a lot to pick and choose from. Next year, I think maybe the draft will be a little bit more conducive But then again, we're starting over from scratch. So the question is, if they don't franchise him, do they go out and get a veteran to use as a bridge while they groom whoever they pick in the 2023 draft as their quarterback of the future? That's my thoughts on it right now.
Unless they make a trade.
Unless they make a trade, which again, like you guys said, it may be 4th round, 3rd round, and that's the case. Then they overpaid Baker, and it was a wasted pick.
So
but again,
Clarky
it
says,
wasn't. But it wasn't a Barry or Stefanski pick. Baker was already on the roster when the new regime came in. So
Hey, Clarky, I'm surprised you didn't throw Arch Manning into your comment there.
Well, Arch Manning is only a he's going to be a freshman this season.
Okay.
He's coming out of high school this year, so he's
That's
not
a
going to be in
pick from
2023
early.
draft.
Still
Huh?
curious where he's going
I
to
said
go
that.
too.
He has to play at least 2 years in college before he can be drafted.
So is Mike Zimmer gone from Minnesota?
I was wondering that myself.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because we all know where Vic Fangio went.
Well, Fangio got fired.
He didn't even make the Black Monday.
Right. I think the Bears coach is out. I think he's gone.
Nagy, yeah, he's definitely out.
I think he's gone.
They're talking about bringing
yeah.
back Lovie Smith and Fangio as his assistant.
Judge is gone probably.
Joe Judge in New York. Yeah, I would say yes.
Arch is a sophomore
Holy shit.
in high school.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. So we got a ways to worry about Arch Manning.
Exactly. 5 years. About
Yeah.
the time it's going to take Cleveland to rebuild.
Yeah.
I'm just quoting John. He said 5 years.
I hate
right?
you all.
5 years
Well,
in the bucket.
I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just thinking what happens, right? I mean,
Yeah.
5 years, like a couple of years to tank to get like decent draft position, and then he's not going to be like guns blazing right out the gate. So you're looking at least 2-3 years to develop a quarterback. So that's like half a decade, man. And it's crazy the decisions that franchises make. One draft pick, it's nuts, man.
I mean, you look at that draft, John. The amount of quarterbacks that they had to pick and choose from. I mean,
And 2 of them are irrelevant now.
yeah. Well, you still got Josh Allen and Jackson
Lamar.
out of that draft.
That's
draft.
it. But
Yeah.
because Josh Rosen is nowhere to be found, and Darnold's looking like seeing
Well,
ghosts.
Donald played pretty decent today, but even though it was a loss, he played pretty decent today.
They lose by 20 something.
I don't know what the
It
score
was 41-17 the last time I checked. Where you get decent out of
Oh, look how it's changed. Look how the narrative has changed. Remember, this is what New England fans were saying a couple of weeks ago. We only took 1 year off from having the AFC East championship. Right?
Now
That's
it's
what they
making the
said.
playoffs. Now it's
And
making the playoffs.
now it's changed to we only took one year off from making the playoffs.
Hey, John, you know what that's called? Hedging your bets.
Hedging your bets. Yes.
Yes, the final was 41-17 again today. The Bucs.
Yeah, I don't think Sam Darnold had a great game if they lost 41-17.
No.
Oh,
But that's
God.
just my
I don't
opinion.
think so.
Oh, Patriot fans. I think the Raiders win. We play the Pats in the playoffs. I
Well,
would love that.
Here's the thing.
Me.
Here's the thing.
Let me check one more
Raiders-
time.
New England fans are not used to losing.
Yeah.
They don't take
Right
losing.
now,
well.
Unless it's to Miami
currently
in
looking
Miami.
like the
Well, they
possibility
always
of
lose
New
to
England,
Miami in
Cincinnati.
Miami.
Right.
That happened even when Tom Brady was there.
Correct.
Miami's got their number, just like Jacksonville has Indianapolis's number.
Oh,
That's crazy, man. That had to be the upset of the year. Like the year. Like the trajectory that the Colts were on all year. It was this is no disrespect. I mean, the Bills are not the greatest thing ever, but the only team I truly feared in the AFC was the Colts.
Yep.
It was always the Colts. Look
Yep.
what they did to us. They destroyed us this year. Destroyed us.
Yep.
And the fact that they were just doing this, like just a rocket ship, like no one wanted to play them. And now it's
Well,
like,
and again, they were one of those teams you speak about that you don't want to meet in the playoffs. That's how they were being talked about. And the media happened to bring up the fact that the Colts had not beaten Jacksonville in Jacksonville since 2016.
It was all over the place, dude.
Or 2014, including a loss in London in that time frame. Okay?
Technically, it's not considered an upset because everybody said it was possible.
Yes.
History proved that, hey, listen, I know it wasn't Jacksonville that was playing, but didn't Green Bay go and get pasted by New Orleans in Jacksonville?
Yes.
There's certain teams that just can't go to these cities in Florida and play well. They just can't do it. But yet you get a New Orleans that goes into Tampa and shuts out the Buccaneers.
Right.
Does it make sense? No.
And if Tampa have to face the Saints in the playoffs,
they won't now.
All bets are off.
No.
Saints are gone, yo.
Saints are gone.
49ers.
Okay. All right, never mind.
Yeah, they would have had to play the Saints.
NFC playoff picture is set.
Yeah, NFC set. It's the AFC. This game tonight, it's going to determine a lot.
And Clarkie is probably correct. Raiders win. The Pats play the Bills. Raiders play the Bengals. And if
what happens if they
win,
tie? Same thing.
Chargers play the Bills. Pats play the Bengals.
I don't want to play the Chargers. Well,
actually,
that being said, because Justin Herbert, out of Justin Herbert or Joe Burrow, the only two quarterbacks in the AFC. Let's be brutally honest, other than Josh, right? Would you say that? Who else? Is Mac Jones scaring anyone? Let's be honest. And I'm not even trying to dig at Patriots. That's what they are, the Patriots.
Patsies?
The Patsies. I'm not even trying to dig. But but Ben Roethlisberger, if the Steelers make it, is he scaring anyone? No.
I got to admit, though, and I don't know, I could be wrong, to say this, but I really believe that the 3-pass game by Mac Jones messed with his psyche. Because it showed that they did not trust him to do. Yeah. And do you think that if Tom Brady was quarterbacking, they would hold him to 3 passes in a game because of the weather?
But even go further back. Look at the Bills game. He threw it 3 times, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That was
Bill telling him, "We don't trust you.
You ain't ready."
So yeah, you're right. Totally messed with his head. And then they kind of let him swing it, fling it a little bit when we played them again in Foxborough.
Yeah.
Not there. He ain't there yet. And I'm not saying he won't be there, but he's still a
rookie. Mentally, I think he checked out after that.
The first throw he made today was a pick 6.
Pick 6, yeah. To Xavier Howard. Grow that guy's ego a little bit more, It's just and this isn't even me digging on the Pats. I just don't think he's there yet. And I think you're completely right, Elliot. Is he going to be a great quarterback? I don't know if he's going to be great. Serviceable, fit the Belichick system, perhaps, probably, more than likely. But you're giving him with 2 minutes left. It's like Tom Brady or Mac Jones, and people were crowning him the next Brady.
No, he is not going to be
He isn't there yet.
He's right now. He's on a parallel with Garoppolo when Garoppolo was in New England. I would say.
Right now, he barely scratches the surface of being a game manager.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the best outlook you could give him at this moment.
Yeah. New England's got that run game, and they got tight end play from Hunter.
Yeah,
right?
the teams that I look at in the AFC, believe it or not, are the Chiefs, Bills, and the Bengals. I don't fear the Titans if I'm playing them. I don't fear the Titans.
Well, the only thing that the Titans can put somewhat stack into is, again, you got Derrick Henry coming back.
Derrick Henry's coming back. Yeah, he's going to have a week.
Totally rested.
They're going to have a week off, and Derrick Henry comes back to the playoffs.
Look, he's going to be rested, which means that the impact of his play is going to be harder on people that have played the entire season.
Right.
And are wound down by now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Those hits or those runs where he just runs people over, that's going to be even more impactful now that he's had, 10 weeks off,
Yep.
11 weeks off?
Yep.
If he comes back the way he was in the beginning of the season, then, yeah, you might have to worry a little bit about Tennessee. That's just
Well,
fact.
I don't fear Ryan Tannehill either. So
No, nobody should fear Ryan Tannehill. But
I
at the
don't
same
fear Ryan
time,
Tannehill.
when you got Derrick Henry in the backfield, you can make a lot of quarterbacks look good. Because they have to stack the box
Yep.
in order to try to stop Henry.
Yep.
I mean, even guys like Matt Jones can benefit from something like that. So, again, I'm not saying that Tennessee is going to light the house on fire or nothing, but coming back with Derrick Henry at this point, totally rested by the time he plays again, it'll be 12 weeks, 3 months.
Yeah, but my question is Derrick Henry going to be rusty as well?
Because he's practicing.
We'll see.
Look, when you got size and strength and speed that he does, rust usually doesn't settle on you. Plain and simple. When he's not trying to dodge people out. He's running people over. That's his game.
Yeah. True.
And you can't put rust on that. So, again, I don't say that they're going to make it to the Super Bowl or even to the championship game. But they got a little bit of an edge going in now.
Well, the fact remains that the Super Bowl runs through Tennessee right now. So as of right now, because they're the number 1 seed.
Exactly.
So,
And they got 2 weeks off. And that's big because now even the entire team gets to rest an extra week.
correct. And they have, and I'll tell you what, I mean, you got 2 coaches out there right now that are in the running for Coach of the Year. Number 1 is the head coach of the Tennessee Titans.
Hi, Katie.
Because
Vrabel?
Yeah.
Vrabel? Yeah.
Yes.
Vrabel's
Because of
odds-on favorite.
Yeah, because of what he has put together and how he has kept that team together with all the injuries and the COVID issues that Tennessee had went through all season long, and they still managed to get number 1 overall seed in the playoffs.
Well, if this doesn't boggle your mind, Derrick Henry was gone the last 10 weeks of the season, and he finished number 14 in the running back race.
Yes.
10 weeks.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Jonathan Taylor became Jonathan Taylor because Derrick Henry got hurt. Because Henry was on his way to $2,000.
I agree. I'm with you on that.
And fortunately, it could be one of those situations where they actually benefited from his injury. And again, Vrabel should get Coach of the Year because who could have navigated that situation? You don't have your running back. Julio Jones is turning out to be a bust, basically. A.J. Brown was injured half the season,
Hey, Katie.
and he held it together. They lost to the Jets, but, hey, that shit happens. I'm just saying, going in right now, Tennessee has to be at least part of the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't think they have enough weapons to get deep in the playoffs. I mean, they'll probably win their first game. But, yeah.
We'll have to see. Again, it's like I tell everybody, the shit don't get decided when we talk about it. It gets decided on the field.
Right.
You can think whatever you want.
Tennessee will get
But when
either Cincinnati or whoever Cincinnati wins plays.
When that game starts, all our opinions go out the window. You know what I'm saying?
Here you
It's
go,
like
John. If the Chargers win, you play the Chargers. If the Raiders win, you play the Patriots. That's the
So what happens if they tie? Same thing?
Well, I
the
would play
Steelers
them.
are up.
If they finish in a tie, the Chargers and the Raiders tonight, is it the same thing?
I
don't
saw
know.
that a couple minutes ago and I forget.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the scenario is if they tie. I really don't know.
I didn't draft him this year, Katie, thankfully. I've given up on my Julio Jones.
I stopped
obsession.
drafting Julio years ago because the guy was a monster between the goal lines, but he never gets touchdowns.
And he only got his first touchdown this week. I mean, today is his first touchdown of the whole season.
Well, he's been injured the entire season.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And guess what? He's OLD. He's no longer
Yes.
Peak performance, Julio Jones. Back when Matt Ryan was actually a decent quarterback.
And Roddy White.
And Roddy White was there. Exactly. So I don't know why they even went and got Julio Jones, to be honest with you.
Because Buddy Corey Davis left for New Jersey.
Yeah.
That's why. And he's been hurt all year too, right?
Yeah.
So if they tie, you play the Chargers, according to Brett.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like two situations we play the Chargers, one we play the Patriots.
Right, the Raiders have to win for you to play the Patriots, but if the Chargers win, you play the Chargers.
Well, I think
I'd rather play the Raiders, but
I think most AFC North people are rooting for a tie, so that Pittsburgh goes sayonara.
Yeah,
that's interesting, man. I mean, like, I don't know who I'd rather play. Like the Chargers are interesting because that's a Southern California team that would have to come to freaking
Orchard Park, New York,
in
And you know
January.
what?
in the middle of January.
That's why I wouldn't be worried about it because, I mean, I'm serious, and I've been following this for years. Even when they have Phillip Rivers, okay, anytime the Chargers came to the East Coast, their game was shit. Very rarely did they put together a game that was worth it. Why? Because that time change, does affect people.
The X factor is Eckler, though.
A 1 o'clock game on the East Coast for the Raiders or any West Coast team is actually a 10 a.m. game.
It'll probably be flexed. I mean, they won't put the Bills and the Chargers. Like, I don't know when they'll do that. They'll put that on like Saturday or something. They did that last year with the Colts. We played like Saturday afternoon. Like, I don't know.
Well, somebody's gonna wind up on Monday night though, because there's gonna be a Monday night.
Super wild card weekend next week. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday games.
Yep.
I would like to play the Chargers just for that cold weather thing, but Eckler is the X factor to me. Because the Bills, I mean, today they did pretty good. There was no one really ran anything.
Well, the Jets don't have a running game either.
They don't have a running game. They got that Carter
running game at all.
So,
I've got
The X factors are Eckler and Keenan Allen. Because Mike Williams tends to check out more often than he checks in. Okay, so again, Eckler, Keenan Allen, those are the go-to guys for Justin Herbert.
Brett brings up a good question. What game do you guys want to see most?
Oh, Niners Cowboys. Come on.
Oh yeah, that would be there
For sure. Like without a question. Like the Eagles are gonna get destroyed. The Cardinals and Rams will be meh. It'll be fun, but Niners and Cowboys just for
Cardinals and Rams are both coming in losers of their last game.
Katie wants to see Cards and Rams. Well, we see that twice a year, so we don't want to see it again. So that's why we went.
Yeah. Besides, how many outstanding playoff games have the Cowboys and 49ers?
Oh my God! Going back to the 70s, going back to 40 years. Tradition.
Yes. Always been great playoff games between San Francisco and Denver.
And who can forget 1982? Montana to Clark, the catch.
Who can forget? How can I forget if you won't quit bringing it up?
Everson
Walls looked so helpless.
Everson Walls was this close, Kenny. He was this close.
How they let Montana scramble out like that?
Dutton doesn't get hurt the first of the year.
He had 3 Cowboys in front of him. And Montana faked all 3 out and then still threw it, and he was able to get there.
John Dutton should have swatted that ball into San Francisco Bay. I got news for
But they've had some great games. I mean, even controversial ones. Remember Terrell Owens standing on the star?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There have always been. It's been the non-division rivalry of football.
Yeah. Here's Katie's response to that, Ken. Katie, we are nostalgic old farts, except for John on this show.
It's not relevant. Fine.
Yes.
Fine. Whatever.
And for those of you watching and for the panel, there is a series on Peacock about Joe Montana.
Oh yeah.
I highly recommend watching that series because they've got 2 episodes out right now. I watched the first 2 episodes this week, and it's really good.
Has
It
anybody
covers
watched Man
him
in the
from-
Arena?
It covers him, yeah. It, actually, Under Pressure or Cool Under Pressure, something like that was what the series is called. It covers him from his high school through the pros, and the last episode ended just after the A2 NFC Championship, the catch, leading into their first Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, it's a really good series. They did a really good job on it, so I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it yet. It's on the Peacock Network.
Oh yeah.
I have some good news for you, John.
Yes,
If I remember correctly, the last time the Chargers won a playoff game in Buffalo, I was 4 years old.
So they were wearing leather
That's when they were in
helmets.
the AFL at that point.
They were wearing leather helmets. In other
They
words,
weren't even in the NFL at that point. They were the AFL.
they didn't
Were
have
the
face
AFL.
masks.
They have not won. I don't believe they've won a playoff game in Buffalo since the merger. I can't
Hey, who's
remember.
back? Al Michaels.
Welcome back, Al.
Al's back.
This is the greatest picture ever. Can I share my
Mike
screen? So you can
Tirico
see
is
Yeah, go
this?
ahead,
cool.
John.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mike Tirico
Well,
is cool,
yeah.
but Al Michaels is legend.
This is just freaking brilliant, man. This is I love this, man. I don't see you guys might not understand what this picture means, but so that's the Bill secondary, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The jersey draped on the front there is Tre'Davious White.
Because he's out
So,
for the season with
Because
that
he's
injury,
out.
right?
So they made sure that they were giving him props throughout the entire
Well,
press conference.
that's what
So-
cohesive units do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, dude, they love each other, man. These guys are tight.
They're truly
Oh.
they're truly family, basically. You know.
Yeah.
And when you got that kind of
Just saw it
unity,
on Twitter. Had to.
Good stuff, John.
Yeah, man,
Good
I'm
stuff.
I'm tearing up a little, man. I mean, I love this team, man. It's like,
I mean, it's a shame that White's out because he's the gel, he's the glue that keeps that defense together. And
but see, this is what's crazy is that our secondary, our corners specifically, have played so freaking good. Like Levi Wallace, I used to be the biggest Levi Wallace like anger fan ever. Like what do you cover like sweat it like this year? Amazing. He's played lights out. This Dane Jackson kid, it's like his second year. He's like a 7th round pick, filling the role. Like I mean, it's just I'm getting.
and then you got Poyer and Hyde.
Poyer and
them
Hyde are
guys.
just dude. Hyde was taking the punt returns today. I mean, you know, it's like Hyde is my dude. So anyone wants to get me a Christmas present, birthday present, whatever you want.
Micah Hyde jersey.
Micah Hyde jersey,
Micah
number
Hyde.
23. Thank you. Yes.
Well, Christmas is over, so you have until the end of the year.
Birthday's in a couple months, so you know if you guys.
Hey,
want-
I'll send you a PNG of one.
Okay,
46,
perfect.
right?
We'll NFT it. Yeah. Well,
46, right, John?
for what?
You'll be 46 this year?
I'll be 45.
45, okay.
Close. I'm getting there, man. I'm getting up there like you old assholes. Like shit,
You'll
man.
never catch us.
Never
You'll
catch you. Yeah, Katie. Like when they signed him, man, I was because again, I always did follow the Packers. I don't know why. It's not like I was a big Packer fan. I wasn't like a Brett Favre guy or anything, but I always watched Packers games with intrigue. And Micah Hyde, I always loved watching him play when he was with Green Bay. And then when he like signed with Buffalo, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. How did we sign? This is Buffalo. We don't sign guys like that. We sign dudes that like their career is almost like Mario Williams or Terrell Owens. Like that's who we get, right? We got Micah Hyde. I was
Everybody
happy.
signed Terrell Owens.
Yeah, everyone's.
Yeah, Terrell Owens getting ready to make a comeback with Tampa, yo.
Yeah, man. Oh, he's a freaking like just such an awesome player, man. Watching him like I don't even fear like if a ball gets downfield, even if our corners don't tackle it, Micah's always there. He's always there. Always there.
Doug Flutie, Clarky says Doug Flutie.
Dougie. We get Doug Flutie, right? After he's gone through a couple of leagues, you know? Just whatever. I'm just
Correct, Katie, yes.
Yes.
And Reggie White helped you get a Super Bowl, so you shouldn't be upset.
Reggie White was the Minister of Defense. Hello.
Mm.
How about TJ Watt tying? Well,
TJ Watt did
a little
not tie.
asterisk.
Officially, he did not tie because the NFL they took the sack away because it was considered a tackle for loss and not a sack. Because quarterback was considered a runner and not a quarterback because the snap was.
Yeah, but you know what? As I was getting ready to say, with an asterisk, even if he tied, it took him an extra game to do it.
Yeah, correct. But
stands true for a lot of these records.
Yeah, officially, he did not tie the record officially.
Najee Harris had the most rushing yards for Pittsburgh as a rookie over Franco Harris, who did it in 14 games. Not 17.
Why are we talking Pittsburgh? Why are we talking about Pittsburgh?
I'm just saying.
Why are we talking about Pittsburgh? We have to talk about Pittsburgh.
Because history is history. I don't give a shit what city we're talking about.
Oh, God, but Pittsburgh gives
historically, Franco Harris still owns that record.
Yeah, TJ Watt technically did not play in 17 games. He only played in 15 games. Believe it or not.
15,
so,
yeah. He was out.
So you know, you can't diss him on the 17 game season. He played.
It doesn't matter if you're injured or not. They count that shit.
But he only played in 15 games.
It doesn't matter. You still get count, even if you don't play. It counts.
There's just no arguing with this guy, you guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Oh yeah, there is. It's just not usually a winning argument.
You're a cocky son of a bitch, you know that?
You can argue with me all you want.
Yeah. By the way, the Roethlisberger love. I mean, let me just say for the record,
yes, very crazy.
Ben Roethlisberger is a piece of shit off the field. Don't get me started.
Why?
He's a rapist.
Oh, can I ask? How many fantasy players out there lost because the Cleveland Browns couldn't tackle Najee Harris?
That's not what I'm saying.
Tons.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Ben Roethlisberger is a piece of shit, garbage. He's a garbage human.
Was a total creep.
Was this alleged or proven?
No, you know what? He paid the girl off. Okay, he paid her off.
His attorney did.
And that hasn't happened in the history of the NFL before.
Never happened in the NFL before.
Very true. No.
Didn't Antonio Brown just pay some chick off to?
Yeah, he did. You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he's a piece of shit too, but that's all right, Elliot.
And he came from Pittsburgh, right?
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the story, so I can't judge. Listen, if he did something, he did it. Did he pay the? I don't know. I don't know the story.
But how many years ago was that?
I think it was like 30 years ago or something.
You can't continue to harp on a guy for something that pretty much I think he's paid his dues.
I don't even know.
But does it make no? You see, this is it. I mean, he was never convicted. He never served time. He was never punished.
And neither was Ray Lewis. Yeah,
and I call him a piece of shit too.
Because he's an AFC North opponent. It seems to be a recurring theme with the pieces of shit in Scott's life.
You know what? Let me tell you this. Johnny Manziel's a piece of shit too, okay? And he played for the Browns.
Yeah, but then you have there's no real emotional attachment to Johnny Manziel. Like, let's be honest. There's more CFL attachment to Johnny Manziel than there is Cleveland Browns attachment, right? I mean, it's
and
whatever.
Alcoholics Anonymous too.
I get it. Like, listen, this is like the Ray Rice thing. You know, like that's despicable. That's horrible. That's like, and he's out. Got no
Kareem
question.
Hunt
No
did the same
debating.
thing.
But
Deshaun Watson, the same thing.
Same thing, right? Now, this is the problem. Now, I'm not saying it's just, remember when everyone was ready to rip LaShawn McCoy a couple of years ago? Remember he beat his girlfriend? Remember that? I remember that. I remember how he got thrown through the mud and people are calling for his head because the social medias love to throw it out there that these guys are evil and devils. And what happened? It was the woman who paid someone to beat her up to get money out of him. So,
like I said, the Ben
Roethlisberger accusation.
Roethlisberger thing is not exclusive, okay? It's happened over the years, many different players. and it's even still happening now.
I'm
And
just
Okay.
saying the Roethlisberger love is disgusting. I'm just going to put that.
You
on.
just have an animus towards Roethlisberger because he constantly beat the shit out of the Browns. I understand that.
For 18 freaking years. Yeah.
that's the real reason.
That's
let's
the
just
real
get
reason.
that as the reason.
Because
Now,
if Ben
if you-
Roethlisberger was in another division, Scott
Yeah.
wouldn't give a damn.
right, dude, listen, if he did something, hell with him. Right off to the sunset, I don't want anything to do with him. But I
That's it.
don't know. And there's always the girl's story, the guy's story, and then the truth is kind of in the middle.
And John, now that you're like more into the Bible part of things,
Yes,
about
what
O.J.
about,
Simpson,
what
John?
about redemption, second chances? You know what I'm saying?
he without sin cast the first stone. I think that's what Jesus said.
See,
Am I right,
Elliot,
Ken?
this is- you brought up
You're right.
the Bible, and you just yeah.
You're right.
I threw a
Just saying.
Bible. I threw a Bible verse out to Scott this week on Facebook, and he's like, "Don't give me any cryptic answers." I'm like, "Bro, it's Ephesians 6:12. Like you can just Google it if you don't know it." He's like, "Don't give me any cryptic secret messages." I'm like, "It ain't a secret, man. It's the Bible, bro. You can go look at what it is."
Here's a link for you.
What's the
BibleGateway.com.
verse, John? Ephesians what?
Ephesians
Oh my God.
6:12.
Oh my God, there's a Darren Waller sighting in the Raiders game.
Nice. Ephesians 6:12, man. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against the evil principalities and
Evil
darkness and the
principalities.
spiritual wickedness
I'm
of the
just
world.
saying, look,
The quote I'm right. The quote I'm reading is: "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms." So what
You
you're saying is our battle is not
against each
just
other.
one section. It's everything. It's the whole
Against
thing.
each other. Against each other. It's not against each other. It's the old divide and conquer strategy in Art of War. You read that book? I've read that book. You don't even need to get in the fight when you let your enemies fight each other. And that's how
Right.
this world is designed. It's to put me against you because you don't believe what I don't believe and I don't believe what you don't believe. So you're wrong, you're right, you're wrong, you're right.
Uh-oh.
That's it.
Oh!
Oh, look out!
This play
what
right
happened?
here.
I should
This
watch.
play right here.
Oh,
sums
we
up
gotta
the
be kidding.
entire
Oh,
NFL
no.
season.
He fumbled
Oh,
at
no.
the one.
Did
They're
he
not
go out of
calling
the
it
end
in
zone or
the
out
end
of
zone.
bounds?
Nah, they're downing it at the one.
Oh, thank God! I hate that freaking rule.
First and goal at the one.
For
No.
who?
The Raiders.
I don't even know who I want to win.
See the ball. Let's see. It didn't go out through the end zone, did it?
No.
No,
Ooh.
'cause that's the worst rule in football, going out of the
You got
end
it
zone
to
and
six,
to the
I
other
think.
team.
No, well, let's see. Which did it even make it into the end zone?
No, it didn't. It
No.
went out of bounds.
No, it did not.
Don't stay out at the 6, but they
Half
didn't
yard
press
line.
there.
Oh, they
Whoa,
got
that
him
was
out of the
close.
6.
That was close. Whoa.
Where are you throwing it, Derek, buddy? Anyways.
That play sums up the entire NFL season right there.
And there
I'm
goes
just-
there goes the outfielder for the Boston Red Sox playing receiver for the Raiders this week.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, but see, this is the thing, Katie. You don't know. Like, you don't know for sure. You weren't there. The people that know is Ben and the girl. That's who knows. So for us to cast stones or cast judgment on someone when we weren't living that and we weren't there, and there's no proof of anything either for or against, that's the problem. Because we're starting to say, oh, we're better than that person because we would never do that. And that's the wrong. We got to. It's just, I don't know, man. I mean,
You got to look at the totality of things, man.
it's
That's
it's
just
not
it.
always black and white.
Well, yeah. I mean, one person could be considered evil at one thing, but that doesn't mean that you're absolved of not being evil about other things. Everybody has some kind of evil going on.
Right.
It's just not as profound and advertised as others.
Katie, he's more of a show me, don't tell me kind of guy. So you have to give him some
Yeah,
slack.
I
there a
just
little bit.
I'm not going to point the finger at someone when I don't.
I'm gonna
know
have to
for
find the
sure.
articles and find everything else.
But
out.
yeah, again, and this
I
is
mean,
my ignorance. You
How
know,
many
this
of
is
us
my
believe
ignorance.
that O.J. Simpson actually
Uh-oh.
committed the murders?
She's pissed.
Right?
Yeah,
But were we
I-
there? Do we know exactly what happened?
I don't even know. I was too busy. I was high or drunk. I don't remember any. I just remember a white Bronco on the TV. Like,
1994, baby.
That's all I remember. I didn't know. I just
He
knew.
was
Wait a
like
minute.
19 or
That's-
20 years old. He doesn't remember shit.
Yeah, well, that was O.J. Simpson. He used to
Hi,
be
Katie.
Buffalo Bills running back. Why is he running? Yeah. He's still looking
Yeah.
for the real killer. Yes, Bill.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Katie was so disgusted with this conversation, she left. So we got that on our shoulders, guys.
Well, it's it's again, this is the problem where if I don't agree with you, you don't agree with me. Well, I'm gonna rage quit. It's like come on, man. Like we're talking, we're discussing. I don't hate anyone. You don't hate anyone. It's just a discussion.
Yeah.
No.
If you don't agree with me, then we don't need to talk. That's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And if I don't agree with you, then screw me. That's what this
You know
world
what?
is.
I could have kicked Elliot off this show a long time ago because of his crap, but I haven't
Oh
done it
yeah,
because-
dude. Yeah, let's
Because
go.
he brings great content. You know what I'm saying? It just is.
Start
It is.
kicking, yo.
Yeah.
Put your boots on.
I will never do it. I will never do it.
Well, it's like you said the other day. Like when I made that comment about the Cleveland Browns when you were saying about our 5-year friendship and so on, and so on Facebook and so on and so forth. I said, "Do you want me to change?
Yeah.
You want me to change who I am? Because
No.
you might not like it."
I don't want you to change who you are, Elliot. I want the asshole that is on this show on a weekly basis. Okay, that's what I want.
Somebody's got. Hey, it's a dirty job, but
We want
somebody's
the We want the asshole that you are on this show every week, just so we have content to throw back at you. As I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so it is.
And
what it is.
again, I'll play tennis with you all fucking day. I'll play ping pong with you all damn day because everything you lob at me, I'm gonna lob something right back. Plain and simple.
It's all good. It's
That's
all
it.
good.
It is. You know why? Because ain't nobody judging one another.
Well, the premise of this show is trash talking anyway. So
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
It's just so much easier when it's against you and the Browns, man.
I
That's just
know.
what I'm
I
saying.
know.
Like I don't really have this hatred. I should really hate the Cowboys, though, right? Like, isn't that the team I should hate with the history of losing?
No,
Everybody else
no, John. With you, it should be the Patriots, which you already hate.
Oh,
so
that's
far.
but that's a given.
Yeah.
I mean, that's easy.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a
That's
division thing. You should know about
Mm.
that, Scott.
Yeah.
Hating teams within your own division.
Yeah, Pittsburgh and Baltimore. I don't really hate
Exactly.
the Bengals. It's
They're
Pittsburgh
your
and Baltimore I
Patriots. Hey,
hate.
they're your Patriots. You see what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, both of them are. Pittsburgh and Baltimore? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. They're what
Elliot.
what the
And the
Patriots
Garden-
are to John in the AFC East.
Elliot
And
and Garden
Ben
of
can hate
Eden
the
of
Eagles
talk
and
shows, you're
Ben
not.
can hate
You're
the Eagles,
a
Giants, and Redskins. Well, excuse me. The Admirals is what the rumors are.
Mr.
Redskins.
Rogers, you mean Aaron?
Yeah. Supposedly the Washington football team is going to be the Washington Admirals. next
Oh
year.
yeah, what a well-kept secret that was, huh?
I know, right?
Thank you, Boomer Esiason.
Somebody leaked. So what happened was that somebody bought the URL for
Yeah.
Washington Admirals, and then it got leaked onto the internet. So people started saying, "Oh shoot, that's what the team name's going to be."
Mm.
And then Boomer Esiason confirmed it.
That's why it was the 1-5 favorite in Vegas.
The Admirals.
Exactly, because it was already the house already knew what was going on. You know what I'm saying? It was no long shot.
But why the Admirals? Why? What's the reason behind that name? What do you guys think?
Everything else was taken.
Because the Washington
yeah,
General
you
were already
didn't
thinking
watch
about the USFL. Is that why
You got-
it was? I mean,
You guys ever play Stratego?
yes.
no.
Yeah.
Remember the Admiral symbol?
Yeah.
Yes. Admiral was number one. Yes.
I think
Yeah.
they should use that on their helmets. The
I bet-
Admiral,
The Stratego logo?
the Stratego Admiral logo.
Admiral logo.
I mean, if they're gonna be the Admirals, you might as well just go all
That's
out. You know what I'm
respect.
saying?
I already suspect they're going to change the colors to red, white, and blue.
Oh man, the old Redskins fans, they won't go
Look,
for that, man.
I know.
What they need to
I know
do
it's
is
gonna be
change.
pissed,
What
too.
they need to do is build a new stadium and get the hell out of that.
Yeah.
cesspool.
FedEx Field
Yeah.
is a
Yeah,
cesspool.
that's priority.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
FedEx Field is a cesspool at this point.
What do you,
I
you
mean,
mean?
can you
You
imagine
would like
if-
to sit there with sewage flowing down?
And,
You'd
and
like
it
you
almost
imagine
got Jalen Hurts killed last week.
Yeah,
I mean,
can you imagine if Jalen Hurts was walking closer to the railing
Yeah.
and that
he-
shit
he
came
could've
down
gotten-
on him with
Yeah.
fans on top of him as well? Dude, lawsuit, big time lawsuit.
Big time. He just blew it off.
He did.
Well,
Well, he's
hats
made
off to
comments since then.
Yeah, hats off to Jalen Hurts because he actually sat there and went to the fans and said, "Are you okay? Are you all right?" You know,
Yeah, they were trying to rush him off the field, and he was like, "No,
You know, I want to make sure these guys are okay."
They're
He took
okay.
some selfies. He
Very
signed some
classy,
autographs.
I think.
And apparently, the FedEx Field staff didn't care less about
No.
the fans. Didn't take
But
care
did
of
you
them.
see how they
didn't
repaired
look after
the
them.
Typical
railing?
Dan Snyder.
Did you see how they repaired the railing?
No duct
With
tape.
zip, with zip
Duct tape.
ties.
Zip
Oh,
ties.
Jesus.
With zip
Oh, yeah.
ties.
You know, guys, the Washington franchise needs a new fucking owner. It's that
Yes.
simple.
The NFL
Yes.
needs to get rid of Dan Snyder because he's a cancer
He is.
to the league, not just his
He's
team,
a
to the
complete-
league.
He's a complete tumor.
Big facts.
Mm.
Big facts. I don't even know anything about the guy. I just know
Anytime you
people
got
don't like
fucking
him.
sewage falling down on your fans, you got
That's a
railings
problem.
almost killing fans and players. It's amazing how they put the Philadelphia fans next to the weak railing.
Yeah, and Clarky makes a
Mhm.
good point. Hurts, he wrote a letter to the NFL about it as well.
To do something. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
man,
I was trying to
good.
get at. Dude, like I said,
You
if
know,
he's
they
closest to
used
that
to play-
railing,
They used to play the Army Navy game there, and the Pentagon won't let them play there anymore.
Hell no. The turf is bad. The
Yeah.
stadium is falling apart.
And that's a
I
fairly
mean,
new
they'd be
stadium.
better off going back to RFK
Less than
Stadium.
25
Ken,
years
for Christ's
old.
sake.
yeah, RFK Stadium is probably in better condition if it was still
It's
around.
gone.
No, it's still there.
It is?
Yeah,
I
it's
thought
still
they
there.
tore it down.
Yeah, it's still there.
Never heard shit like that happen in RFK Stadium.
No.
Oof.
But when you start repairing shit with zip ties, that says a lot about your organization.
Yes,
and the
it
people
does.
at the top of it.
Says volumes about it.
More like
It's
Mr.
still
Rogers.
there.
If you're saying Aaron, I'm doing my best impersonation. Total a-hole.
I mean,
Next
it's been
subject.
closed since 2019, but it's still there.
I thought they had started tearing it down.
They didn't implode it like they do every other
No.
old stadium. Yeah,
It's
basically.
It's considered defunct.
Hush
Well,
money.
actually, no. It's going to be demolished this year.
This year.
It's going to be demolished this year.
Then they should build another stadium on top of that.
Right. Exactly.
Because wherever FedEx Field is, it's a cesspool.
Yeah.
It is. I like to push the plunger on it.
As are the Washington Admirals.
Redskins.
According to Google, the stadium hosted its last MLS game in 2017, and in September 2019, it was announced that the stadium would be torn down. Demolition is scheduled to begin in 2022.
Oh,
Well, they probably couldn't do anything during the pandemic either. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
my bad.
A lot of that stuff was put on hold. But yeah, they should take that land and build another stadium on it.
Yes.
And then
Totally.
demolish FedEx Field.
Yes.
Yeah. Totally agree.
Build
Where
a new
would they put
RFK.
Yeah, exactly. And in the
Build-
meantime, at least do the minimal renovations, not zip ties for railing and, you know what I'm saying, busted pipes. Fix
Yes.
that shit.
That's
That's
criminal.
a human tragedy that you got going on there.
Snyder won't spend the money to do it.
Of course not, because he's a freaking douchebag. That's
Yes.
fine.
It's like Clarky says, he's using all his money to pay off people. Quiet.
He's no cleaner than a colostomy bag, yo.
John's being quiet on this subject. I'm wondering why.
I don't know anything about like
Dan Snyder is
again.
the kind of owner that makes me proud of Jerry Jones. That's
Oh.
saying something.
I
That's
just
saying
know
a
that
lot.
people have hated him for years. Like
Yes.
and
Snyder?
it's just yeah.
Everybody
and I
hates him.
like the field is just a disaster. I mean
It
that
is.
was horrible.
Yes.
So is the team.
RFK's was too.
Yeah.
I
Well, I mean,
know-
dude, well, what did whatever the hell this stadium is called now? I'll just call it the
FedEx
Ralph.
Field?
That's
FedEx
No,
Field,
no,
or as I call it, X-Lax Field.
and it's not
it's,
doing. It's not
it is
delivering very
shitty.
well.
They put a lot of money into the Buffalo Stadium a couple of years ago, and just to refurbish it to get it up to date.
Right.
Like the whole front of it was all redone. They put a lot of money into the practice facilities, like a lot of money. That being said, now they're going to rebuild this thing. They're going to tear it down and build a new one here in the next couple of years. But they put the money in to make it up to date. The fact that
Yeah.
there's sewage flowing out of the freaking pipes in that thing. I mean, is that a clue? I mean, not a hint.
Yeah, and
maybe?
Clarky makes a good point too. I mean, he says thousands of emails, and only John Gruden gets punished on this whole.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
because
to me-
he's an owner,
Yeah.
right? He's
Yeah.
an owner.
Yes.
To
That's
me, the
why.
only upside of sewage falling on somebody would be
There is no upside, Elliot.
there is Patrick Mahomes' little brother and his
Yes, that little guy. Man, has there
If the
been
sewage
a
fell on
more
them-
punchable face in the history of mankind than
If
Jason
the sewage
Mahomes?
was to fall on them, I would say that's cool.
That guy is too much, man. That guy is just.
Him,
I mean-
shit, his girlfriend, his fiance, or whatever you want to call it.
Like
You know,
he was wearing a jacket yesterday. It didn't even say his name right. Like it didn't spell Mahomes properly.
Really?
It's your own last name. Yeah, go look at it. He's got a red Mahomes jersey, and there's no E at the end of Mahomes. It's just Mahomes.
Mahomes.
No joke. Go look. And people are just like, hey, dude, you know you spelt your last name wrong, right? And he's just doing his little TikTok, whatever the kids do
What
these days.
surprises me is that Patrick
Oh.
Mahomes puts up with that crap.
But did you
Dude.
see that one TikTok where him and his girlfriend are doing the TikTok stuff, and Patrick's in the back at this restaurant doing this, just like rubbing his head, like, oh my gosh, this is.
Yeah,
my
but you know
family.
what? He's enabling that shit by just scratching his head.
Yeah, I know. Just shut it off. Shut it off. Shut it off. Just wait. Let me finish my
Yeah,
sushi.
let me be somewhere else when you pull this bullshit. Because I got a reputation and career to protect, okay?
Yeah. Well,
And you
Kermit
guys ain't
the
doing me
Frog.
no damn favors.
Yeah, I'm gonna share my screen, guys. Hang on a second.
I like share screens.
Hmm.
You can do it. You can do it.
Here it is.
There he is. See, look at the last name, Mahomes. Look at him. This kid is just like too much,
he's,
man. Like,
he's whack, dude.
he's just the weirdest dude on the planet. I
The
mean,
better,
can I
Hey.
at least let's be honest. At least Kim Kardashian got famous for doing something. I went there.
Dude,
I went
look,
there.
in my opinion, the best part of Patrick Mahomes' little brother ran down his dad's leg.
oh man.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, you know what? You gotta ask yourself, why doesn't Patrick, who's got tons of pull with the NFL, who's technically the face of the NFL, keep his little brother in check?
Because
I
it's the
don't
new
know.
generation, I guess. I don't know. That's what the kids love. I don't know. I mean, you gotta like Patrick is not an old guy either, right? What is he, 25, maybe?
Yeah,
Yeah, but
maybe.
the TikTokers might turn against him. That's what he's probably afraid
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
Eh,
I would have sent him home. Just go home.
yeah, kid, just stop.
What the
it.
hell was
Go
that?
back to the White House.
Oh no,
Did you see that?
I did see that.
One of the Chargers made the other Charger fumble.
What the hell was that?
Wow, and the Raiders got it. Oh,
Yeah.
Andre Roberts.
Raiders
No, not Andre Roberts.
They ran into each other and they fumbled.
What happened? Not Andre Roberts.
It's a comedy of errors in
My beloved Andre.
in Las Vegas, guys.
And you were saying about being afraid of the Chargers right now? Yeah, I don't think so. The Chargers need to be afraid of themselves at this point.
Oh no.
Yeah, take the kids' fun. Take everything away. Matter of fact, take your engagement ring back from
Well,
this.
Patrick needs to cut him off.
Yes. Cut him
Yeah.
off and send him home.
Andre.
Yes.
Not Andre.
Yes.
I love Andre.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Hey, Army. How you doing,
Hey,
buddy? Good to
Army,
see you.
what's up,
Morning.
buddy?
Hi, Armin.
Hey, guys. How's it going, mon ami?
Mon ami. N'est-ce pas?
Mon ami.
Unreal.
Oh,
You know they're going to be playing that on Sports Center and other places.
over and over and over again.
Yep.
Bloops and blunders.
Sports Center, not top 10 is what that's going to be.
Yeah, Sports Center not top 10 is right.
Yes.
Unbelievable. And there was no Raider around, too. They just right into each other.
Yep.
As the good people of Quebec would say, c'est incroyable.
That was for Army's
Wow.
benefit. That was for Army's
You like
benefit.
that?
Nice, John. Nice.
I had to get some French in there, man.
Yes.
Give Army that love.
Yeah, man.
This game, winner in.
Yes. This game, winner in. Yes.
Unless they
Army.
tie and then they're both in.
Yeah, let's say tie. That's what they should do, just to screw with the Steelers, right?
Yep. And the Steelers would be out. Exactly.
Yeah. Just run around and throw the ball back to each other. Here, no, you take it. No, you take it. No, you take it. No, you take it.
Kneeling, dude. It's just
Just
a simple
kneel the entire game.
victory
man.
formation on every play, except for the punt.
I have to look back, guys. Every season we talk about this, but it's a shame the NFL season goes by so quick every year.
It's crazy, man.
Those.
Like this one went by really quick too. Even
Even though with 18
even with
weeks,
the
it's still by
But
quick.
you know why that is? You know why that is, right? Because it's the shortest of the professional sports seasons,
Yes.
yeah.
and the
Mhm.
games are only played once a week.
Once
Right.
a week.
Well,
Not
it's
every
kind of like the
single time.
NHL right now. So no.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it sucks, man. I remember just thinking like, holy crap, we're midway through the season like a couple of weeks ago,
Right.
and now it's like poof. So,
Now
I
it's
can
week
remember-
18. Somewhere
but this is the
when
best
we're doing
thing.
the
The
draft.
best thing about the NFL and why it's so great is because even with we got playoffs now, and then we got Super Bowl, and then it's draft season,
This is
baby.
true, Clarky.
You know.
John's favorite time of the year is draft season.
Oh,
Hey, we
it's
get
my
the hey we this
tradition,
year
bro.
this year we get the USFL though. The reboot.
I ain't watching
Mm.
none of that.
Yeah, I kind of figured there'd be no excitement in the
I ain't
reboot.
watching the U.S. fucking. I ain't watching the U.S. fucking league. You know, I'm not gonna do that. No.
The
Zay
US Fraud
Jones.
League.
Yes, you're correct, Clarky. The older you get, the faster it goes. You are correct. Yes,
And that stands true for everything, not just football.
correct.
It's like the saying goes, you got more years behind you than you do ahead of you when you get to this particular point in life.
And the key is to make the most of what days you have left.
Well, yeah, which is why tomorrow I go back to school.
Good for you, Elliot.
Actually, I got to go take my entrance exams in the morning. I took the practice exams over the weekend, and I aced them both.
Good.
So tomorrow is the legit test for reading
So
and
what, are
writing.
you going for a degree or just a certificate?
Just an enhancement to reading and writing, to writing basically, and
Yeah.
a couple of journalism classes.
Because
in
you
there.
want to do some writing, and yeah, I understand. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Yeah. And mostly I want to do NFL or
Touchdown.
and fantasy football.
Hey, Elliot, I got an awesome place where you can write every single day and get paid for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get you hooked up to Hive, Elliot. You'll like it. Yes.
I don't know what this we is. Here's the guy who told me yesterday last week. Oh, keep me accountable, John.
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
me on
yeah,
track
yeah.
this week. I sent him a couple messages throughout the week. Freaking
Well,
crickets.
Well,
know.
it's because I wasn't on. Unfortunately, I did not open Discord all week, and that's my fault.
You could open up your blog. You could have blogged.
Yes.
Yeah. Whatever happened to your blog, dude?
He doesn't.
Oh, it's
blog.
still there. It just is
And
not
then,
very
then in a
active.
couple months, he'll say like, "Oh, this time I'm serious. Oh, this time I'm gonna get it.
Hey, Army, just call
I'm
me
serious."
Army. Just call me Mr. Melon. I'm going back to school.
I'm just. You told me to call you out, man. If you weren't accountable.
Well, if I've been on Discord, you would have called me out, and I would have listened. I would have looked at it, but I didn't. I wasn't on Discord this week, so that's
Oh.
it.
Well, here's the thing. I've been in contact with a sports site. It's called Sports Obsession, and I'm going to be doing some writing for them. It's on a pro bono, basically, just to get my feet wet, so to speak. And again, I got so many things that float around in my head, and I just want to make sure I can put them on paper in a constructive way. And just help people out, because there's so many lost souls out there, especially in fantasy football. So many.
I got.
You'd
Oh,
be surprised.
fantasy football news.
Yeah.
Fantasy football news. My son won our league.
Nice.
Yes.
Whoa.
Good
I
job.
won third. I won the third place game, but my kid won the whole
title, huh?
shebang.
And what
Yeah,
was,
the,
what was
first,
the
the
payout?
inaugural season, he won it.
What was the payout?
Like
Thanks, Army.
$1,500 or something?
How much?
1,500 or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
normal
These
leagues, man.
These are leagues. These are leagues where people with a backbone play. Not people that you got to beg to
What's
pay.
the buy-in? 125?
150 or something like
Jesus Christ!
that. 150 Canadian too. So that's
10
like what, like
teams.
$10 for you?
teams,
It's like $10 US. Yes.
12 teams. 12 teams.
12 teams.
Yeah. So it might not have been. I think maybe it wasn't 15. Maybe it was 1,000, but it was at least 1,000 he got. I got my buy-in paid for next year, which is
Nice.
cool. I'm happy with that. And then, yeah. So it's cool, man. I taught my kid everything he knows. I'm gonna tell him that at least. So
Well done.
Well, I'm gonna be rolling a league back on my fantasy league platform, like I used to run the NWO league.
So we're gonna drop. You're gonna drop NFL Network then. NFL.com.
What?
You're gonna drop NFL.com and go to the other.
No. The other league, I moved to MFL because it's a more customizable platform, and there's certain things that are catered to as far as setup is concerned. Like I could set up the playoffs to be like the NFL, where 7 teams get in and only the first seed gets a bye. Things like that. So you can get totally customizable with it, and when you're playing for the amount of money that we're going to be playing, that's important.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
not
we
to mention, we'll start playing for those again that you see on my wall back there.
Belts.
The championship belts.
Belts.
Yep. I won a championship in 2016, but I had some financial woes at that time, so I never got myself the championship belt for that year. And then this year I went ahead and ordered it. It's the red one that's up there.
Yep.
So, yeah, there's a bunch of guys that wanted to get together and play that type of a league where, the money's great and all that, but I think just the feeling of having a symbol that just shows, again, it's for fantasy enthusiasts that like to play every season for a common purpose and stuff like that. I will still keep NFL for SNN. You know what I'm saying? But I think next year I'll probably just take SNN down to a standard league with the DST and the kickers and all that kind of stuff, and just make it a free league. That way everybody can just play for fun. And I don't have to haggle anybody to put up money to play.
May not be a bad idea, Elliot.
Well,
the sports nerd.
we pretty much do everything for fun on SNN anyway, right? Correct?
What's that?
Make the prize money in crypto.
Yeah, we can probably discuss that with John. He's the crypto expert around here.
He seems to be frozen.
I'm frozen.
No,
Am I?
you're fine. John. You're fine.
You're fine now.
Oh, by the way, gentlemen, I'm down to 208 pounds.
Good for you, Elliot.
Ooh.
Nice job.
Yep, 200 is my goal, and I think I'm going to get there. But I won't go under that because one time I went down to 189, and I looked like the Crypt Keeper.
That bad, huh?
Yeah, I was all shriveled up, and I just
How
didn't.
tall are you, Elliot?
Huh?
How tall are you?
5'10",
So 5'10", 200. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
5'10", 200. That's my
I'll
goal.
take it.
And today I realize what it's like. When you're a diabetic and you're not taking care of your numbers, you don't feel like I did today when I had a breakfast and it shot me up from like 110 to 208 in my glucose. And I could tell right away that something was wrong because I felt like dog shit after I ate that breakfast.
So what was in your breakfast that shot you up so high?
Well, probably too much breakfast. The omelet was pretty big, and it had
What was in the omelet?
Well, the omelet had mozzarella cheese, and which is not the worst cheese to have.
No.
That's all right.
but it also has some salami in it.
Yeah, there you go.
There you
And I
go.
also had, even though they're small slices of bread, Arnold makes a little small bread.
It was
You
the
know what I'm
bread. It was the bread, Elliot.
Sure.
It wasn't- it was the
No,
bread.
not necessarily,
Bread
because
and
the bread is
the
low in
salt and
carbs and
salami.
all that kind of stuff. I specifically pick it out that way. Certain things I just can't eat without bread. You know what I'm saying?
John.
Yeah. What? Zero carbs, man. Get it out. The only
Yeah,
carbs
zero
you should have
carbs,
is
yeah.
from veggies.
I
and
mean,
shit.
I understand that approach, but again, I've made sacrifices to get where I'm at. I'm just not willing to make that much of a sacrifice.
That's just like what I just did it. Like, it was, to me, it was just like, okay, what did I eat before? It was tons of bread, tons of pizza, tons of shit like that, right? Like burgers and like, it's just
Yeah.
bread. So I just said, you know what? My wife cooks rice all the time. I'm done with that. I'm done eating the bread. I'll just cut it out. And that was the easiest thing for me. I know for other people it's harder. But that was the big thing for me. It was just,
Yeah,
Honestly,
the hardest thing for me is going to be getting rid of the pasta, getting rid of the rice, and getting rid of the bread. That's going to be the hardest thing for me, but it's something I got to do to get down to where I want to be.
Look, let me put it to you this way. What got me to where I'm at today is the day I stopped smoking weed. Because I no longer binge eat. I don't eat everything in sight.
Yeah, because
I'm
we
more
makes you
conscious
we makes
about
you
what I
lunch, yes.
Getting the munchies.
Well, until and I won't go back to smoking it until they make munchieless weed.
good luck with that.
Yeah, good luck with that, Elliot.
Well, I guess that tells you this is a long-term retirement.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, can I jump in right quick for just
Yeah.
one thing? I've been kind of quiet on this about the Cowboys today,
Uh-oh.
but I feel like I need to mention this on behalf of myself and Army, since Army's the other Cowboys fan here. The Cowboys are the first team in NFL history to have a 4,000-yard passer,
Yeah, I
a
saw that.
1,000-yard rusher, a 1,000-yard receiver,
It's crazy.
a defensive player with 10 sacks, 10-plus sacks, and a secondary player, defensive back with 10-plus interceptions.
Was you the one that put that
First
meme
in
up?
history.
Was that your meme?
No.
I saw the meme on Facebook about it.
Yeah, I did not post that. I wish I had, but I saw that last night, and I thought, well, wow. That bears mentioning, I think. And that's all I'll say.
Well, bravo. I mean,
This has been a crazy year for records, you know.
Yeah, I mean, but the Bucks set so many records today. It was like every other announcement from the PA announcer was how many records the guys were showing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Brady had the most passing yards in his career after today, and he's 44 freaking years old. Gronkowski got $1 million bonus because of his catches and his reception yards today.
Mm-hmm. He tied Tony Gonzalez or something.
Yeah.
Antonio Brown didn't get none of his bonus money.
No. No.
Aaron Rodgers' touchdown passes to interception ratio was out of this, totally off the charts.
Well, you look at Brett Favre, who also had as many, has as many touchdowns as Rodgers does, or more. Or
But
whatever.
he had like 260 some interceptions.
But his touchdown to interception ratio was bad.
It was like 50%. It was like over 50%.
Yeah.
He had like over 200. He had like over 200 interceptions.
267 interceptions compared to Rodgers' 93.
Correct.
I think
So-
Rodgers' TD pass to interception ratio so far, I think is 37-5 or something like that. It's just
Yeah,
totally
Jamar
outrageous.
Chase and Waddle broke rookie records this year too. So I mean, G. Watt and his sacks. I mean, there was just so many things broken this year, and you can chalk it up to maybe an 18-game season or 18-week season. I don't
18-week
know,
season.
but
Well, I also chalk it up to teams that were decimated by COVID
True.
because so many
defense got
teams.
decimated because of COVID, is what you're saying.
So many teams were missing so many players at critical junctions,
Mhm.
and I'm sorry, but when you've got a team that has to bring up pretty much half their practice squad just to have enough players to play, then that's going to affect, that's going to affect things.
Yep. Agreed.
And so the many factors were involved as to why so many records were broken. The extra game is part of it, but I think that the skewing of the level playing field because of COVID and injuries as well, okay, made it possible for many of those records to be broken this year. Records are meant to be broken, but not at this pace.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Guys, take a look at your monitors there now. What they're doing on the football game.
John Madden.
Yeah,
Virginia Madden.
pretty impressive.
Well, you know, he was a Raiders coach, and
Nice.
what better place to put on a memorial than in Las Vegas?
Right.
Oh,
Because they're known for their elaborate celebrations, and I mean, he deserves that much.
He does.
Well, last week, guys, John Madden changed the face of the NFL in his career, and it wasn't.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't just as a coach, but it was broadcaster. Madden, EA Madden
franchise,
NFL,
the Madden gaming franchise.
the Madden franchise.
Do you know how many kids he educated and brought
Well,
into
again,
the
like I
world
said
of
last
football?
week, I learned about the game from Madden. I learned about the game from Madden.
The playbooks were real. They were his playbooks that he had put
Right.
into those games. He wanted the most realistic version, or he didn't want any part of it, is what he said.
Yeah.
And that's what
Right.
they gave him. Along with the curse. Let's not forget the Madden curse.
And
Which
to
is
this
now
day,
Which is now the Peyton Manning and Eli Manning curse
Right.
when you show up
Well,
on their show.
to this day, John Madden holds the highest win percent of any head coach that have coached at least 100 games.
Well, 7 out of 11 seasons, they made it
So
so
he was 75% in the win column.
So you're telling me he's doing better than Vic Fangio?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Mm,
Or
and
Matt
better than
Nagy?
Iggy.
Yeah, I was supposed to say Nagy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's
All
got
right.
the best win-loss percentage in Monday Night Football history, too.
Yes.
Madness.
All right, fellas, it's 9:00. Time to wrap it up. Good show tonight. Great back and forth. I love it when Elliott's an asshole. It makes the show that much better. Anyway, guys, have a great week. We'll be back, and thank you everybody for showing up tonight. We'll be back next Sunday at same time, same bat channel, 7:30 p.m. Please join us. And on that note, I thank my co-hosts, Elliot Big E Lamba, John G. Olson, of course, Ken Koslow, our resident sports expert with 40 years in sports journalism. And on that note, Elliot, please play the outro.
Here we go. Well, there you have it, Nerd Nation. Another Sunday episode of the Sports Nerd Show in the books, and we are still alive to tell about it. Now, on behalf of our host, Scott, the Sports Nerd, right, and his co-host, John Olson, Ken Koslow, our two lovable members in the Ram Pack, and yes, me, Big E, the entire pack once again like to thank you all for participating with us in the best 90 minutes of sports smack talk on the web today. So until next Sunday night, dear nation, we would like to leave you with a quick PSA. Please stay safe. Please practice social distancing. And for heaven's sake, please wear a damn mask. You all just got hit with a pack rant from the Rant Pack. And with that, fellas, we are out.